questions for Peter Vermes?
Peter, just your thoughts on kind of how the game played out. And you guys start off up 2-0, then the red card, and then it just kind of tumbles down from there. Just kind of what did you see?
I mean, I think you just said it. We started off very well. We were in control of the game. We scored 2 very good goals based off the way we went at them, and we knew where we were going to get our goals from, and I think we were good about it. I think there was more to come for sure, but unfortunately we got the double yellow and the red, and I think that really was hard. It was hard for us to hold on for 70 minutes. It was just very difficult, and at the same time, I've said this before. When it's not like we haven't given up goals this season, so it's not as if we were going into the thing feeling really good about ourselves in that area of the field. We weren't really confident, and so we didn't do an adequate enough job to try to hold on all the way to the end. We had a chance to go up 3 and probably 4-0, even when we were down a man, and we didn't stick those 2 away. I'm not blaming the guys for that piece, because we did enough in the game. I mean, 20 minutes in to be up 2-0 like we were in control of the game. The unfortunate thing is that the man down obviously affected us a lot, because we were, like I said, we were in control of the game, no doubt.
Obviously, the Beasler red card, because it's kind of a big turning point in the game. But there's also a decision right before that where
it's the turning point in the game. Yeah.
But there's a decision right before that, kind of right in front of the bench, where Nicholson came in from behind on Felipe. That would seem borderline. I mean, what are your thoughts on that one? And could that not being a red card maybe also be a swing point?
Sure, it could be. There's a lot of other things that were in the game that could have been dealt with, in my opinion, differently. But I don't have any decision making in that stuff. I just sometimes I think maybe I don't know the game, because I don't know sometimes what a foul is. I don't know sometimes what a yellow card is. I don't know what sometimes what's going on in the game anymore. I don't know. Maybe I have to go talk with somebody and find out about some of these things, because I really don't understand some of the calls that get made. I don't. So.
Peter, obviously the 2 last goals came pretty late in the game, but were you at least pleased to how the team reacted immediately following the red card? And it was more when you guys were pushing for the goal when things fell apart.
I think our team, I think, like I said, look, we started out well. We were in control of the game. I even think when we were down a man, we played hard. We tried. Obviously, some of the situations they happen. But like I said, it's not for a lack of trying. I don't say that at all. I think I said this before. And sometimes when you're not confident in certain areas, things don't go your way, and it doesn't help when you go down a man. And now we haven't been the best at keeping the ball in the back of the net this year. And so it wasn't like that was a strong point at that moment, and we had to do that. And we did a good job for a good stretch of time, but not long enough.
And Ilya filled in pretty well, like centre-back just. Is that something you knew he could do, or was that kind of...
Yeah, he's done it before. He's played back there. Yeah.
Obviously not mathematically eliminated yet, but it's getting a little tough. Over the last 3 games, what are you looking for these guys, and are some of them playing for potentially a roster spot in next year's side?
The first piece is that we want to win the games. The second piece is you play for that every single day you play. That's the thing about our business. It's not, if you're, in a department, in a corporation, it's not the same way. All of us are constantly being evaluated and looked at and assessed, and that's an everyday thing. That just doesn't happen because of the loss today or what have you. It happens all the time.
And you've expressed, some confusion with some of the calls, and previously some frustration with maybe some inconsistencies from referee to referee. The players seemed frustrated at times tonight. Is there some sort of feedback mechanism, either for coaches or players, to the league, where they can sort of give some feedback or get answers as to maybe how the referees can continue to improve?
There is. I think they're always cordial about it. They're always willing to answer questions. But my gripes are the complaints that I have, or the issues that I have. They're so much bigger than just our club, and I've voiced them for a long time being in this league. And unfortunately, a lot of those things don't get addressed. We talk about them being addressed, but they just don't. I think the thing for me always is that when I ever think about, I don't think just about Kansas City. Obviously, I have to because of my position, but I also think about the growth of the league. And I've always said that I think one of the biggest things is that why or what kind of league do we want to be? And I think that's the first question you always have to ask yourself. What kind of league do you want to be? I think that's one question. The other statement I would make is that I think that there is way too much protection given to certain players in this league. That my contention would be is that the player who's on the ball should always be the player that you should protect. If you even watch tonight, there was, especially late in the game, there were all these plays that they're not soccer actions. You know, if some guy hits a guy off the ball, that's not a soccer action. That's not the kind of league that I would like to see. If I'm a fan watching the league, I don't want to see it. And I am a fan of the league. I don't want to see that stuff. I hate it. I think it should be dealt with all the time in a very, very serious manner. And then players wouldn't do it. But we have a hard time changing behavior. And until we do that, and we have that consistency across the board for every player, not because sometimes what name he has on the back, until that happens, there's too many guys that get away with too much in our league, and that's got to change.